Hey everyone, I've been seeing a lot of gloves recently where guys can't get their hand into them, kind of like too narrow across there. They might see that the wrist strap, is already kind of in the normal spot. They might not want to adjust that necessarily, but they kind of give up on a glove too early when they can't get their hand into it. So these are similarly sized gloves, maybe just a little bit length different. So this is a 1788 from Wilson. It's used. You can see how it kind of fits my hand pretty nicely, a little snug. Wrist straps in the same setting. This is 11 3/4 inch glove works. This is an Asian model. Fits a little bit tighter. You can see I can't really get my hand into it. I'm going to show you just a quick way, like if you've got even just a lacing needle or a pair of needle nose pliers, how you can adjust this to get your hand in there. You can really start to kind of feel how the glove feels before you give up on it too early. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to look right over here where that final run comes down. And what you're going to do is you're going to just take a little bit of slack out of this. So if I take a 1/2 inch of slack out, which means I'll just move it up to that next spiral, I can work that slack in this entire thumb area, and I can actually even work it over into this pinky area. The only difference is on some models, you notice the pinky lace, they leave a little extra there on the outside. Some models, the factory will leave it on the inside. So if you're working on a glove that does not have the lace visible over here, you don't want to start on the pinky side because you could pull it out and then you'd have to get out your lacing tools. So we're going to start over on the thumb side and we're going to move it and get a little bit of slack. If you look at the hand opening right now, you can see how it's really tight right here, and right here it's kind of pinched, but that tightness also extends up here. So if you look at like a profile view, you can kind of see that that area where the thumb loop and your thumb goes is kind of flat, and the same thing kind of on the pinky side. So let's compare it to like the Wilson that's a little bit broken in. You can see it's a little more curved. So what you want to try to do is you want to try to build in a little bit of flexibility and get that curve so your thumb can slide right in there. We got almost the same over on the pinky side. Of course, this is going to be a little bulkier since Wilson uses that pouch. You can see as you use the glove, this is one of those main flex points. So after the glove has been used some, you can see how it's got a little bit of movement. You can even see a little bit of slack in the lace right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build a little bit of that movement in, a little bit of that slack, and then you can get your glove on your hand and really see if you like it before you just give up on it. So I'm just going to use some little small needle nose pliers. We'll work right in here, and I'm just pulling that lace just a little bit. Okay, and I'm just going to work it up all the way. Now I understand kind of how this works. This lace actually doubles around. So if I pull this one, I'm going to be pulling this kind of horizontal one to pull that slack out. And then I'm going to have to go up underneath there to get the rest of it. I'm going to take that. We'll pull the slack. So right now I've got about that much slack ready to go. So this one, your thumb kind of ends before there, so that one will be fine. I like to just take a lacing needle now and just kind of work it. So previously this was laced tight, no slack. Right now I kind of want to leave it just a little bit loose. Okay, just enough that you can kind of feel that it's there. So what I've done is I've loosened that last point where it was really buckled down. But then what I can do is I can kind of put my finger in and roll it around a little bit just to open up that thumb slot. Okay, some mallets that you might find have like a little tapered handle you could put up in there, or like a broomstick. So automatically, just in that simple, little pulling of the lace, you see how my thumb goes in there pretty easily. Now this is pretty tight in here. I haven't adjusted that at all. But just that one little simple, trick or, mod can get you a little bit of breathing room so you can get your hand in there and really try the glove out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave that alone, and I'm gonna start kind of getting a little bit of slack, even if it's just enough to put your needle under. Just gonna work it a little bit towards this one right here. So right now I've got, maybe 3/16 of an inch of slack. So as soon as I pull that into here, do a little stretch, kind of seat it. Now my hand goes right in. So I'm wearing that traditional, my hand goes all the way in. Of course, if you wear it two in the pinky, there's plenty of room now. So just that simple bit of pulling a little bit of slack from here and working it around to open up this thumb side, and then taking the slack from this palm area and working around to these first couple loops over here can really transform the way your glove fits before you try anything with the wrist. So don't give up on those new gloves that you've got, guys. Try this first. Takes just a few minutes, takes just a few tools. Really allows you to get a feel of the glove, and then you can make it yours. So that's Dan from Davis Relacing. I hope that helps. Contact me if you have any questions or you need any specifics. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.